Name is Hannah or Happy. Can anybody guess who this character is? It belongs in the Bible.
Jonah, the big fish. You can choose.
Big print at the back.
I'm guessing salmon?
Wrong. Does anybody want a clue?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
The character's names and the big fish.
Oh,
Aaron at the back.
Jonah.
Correct.
Jonah.
Today I'm going to be telling you the story of Jonah and the big fish. And at the end, I'm going to be asking you some questions. So listen. One day, Jonah was in bed. Then God said to Jonah, "Get up, go to Nineveh, and call out to all the people, telling them the right way to live, because their wickedness has come to my attention." What God was saying was not good news. Jonah did not listen to God because Nineveh was filled with bad people and God's enemies, so he ran away from God. He sailed off somewhere else instead. Jonah thought he sneaked away from God, but God knew where Jonah was and had a plan to teach him a lesson. God sent a big storm. Everyone on the boat panicked. They even threw out valuable stuff, treasures, and whatever they had on the boat. While Jonah was fast asleep, one of the sailors woke Jonah up, asking him to pray to his God. "I can," said Jonah, and he told the sailors what he had done to God. "Throw me into the sea, and the storm will stop." The sailors did not want to throw this innocent man into the sea, but they had no choice but to throw him into the sea. So they did. After they threw Jonah into the sea, the storm stopped and everybody celebrated, thanked God, and they also asked God for their forgiveness. Meanwhile, Jonah reached the very bottom of the sea, and he got swallowed by a giant fish.
It's a small whale.
This is the actual fish Jonah was swallowed by. It's a huge fish and it's a very dangerous fish. So when Jonah was swallowed by this kind of fish, Jonah would have not seen anything inside because it's all dark in the fish's belly. When Jonah got swallowed by a fish, Jonah then realized that God sent a big fish to rescue him from death, and he also knew that and he also learned his lesson, so he started to pray. 3 days and nights, Jonah was in the belly of the big fish. When God heard Jonah's prayers, God commanded the fish to spit Jonah out. Then God said to Jonah, "Go to Nineveh and deliver my message. In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." This time, Jonah went to Nineveh. People of Nineveh called Jonah, "My God has sent me here to deliver a message. In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." Everybody was surprised and heard Jonah's message. "Stop your evil doing and turn to God and pray for your forgiveness." Everybody in Nineveh heard Jonah's message, including the king. So everybody started to pray, and they also asked God's forgiveness. 40 days later, Nineveh wasn't destroyed. That means God forgave Nineveh and everybody in Nineveh. Everybody had learned a lesson just like Jonah. Now the story is over. It's time for questions. So no more clapping. No clapping.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first question is, why did Jonah run away from God? Andrew.
Because he was evil that time.
Close. Aaron.
Which Aaron? This Aaron or that Aaron?
This Aaron.
Okay. Because he was not obeying God.
Correct. No.
Wait, sorry. What was the question again?
The question was, why did Jonah run away from God?
Oh, yeah. Because he didn't want to go to Nineveh to tell all the bad people to worship God.
Correct. Second question. What animal was Jonah swallowed by? Sammy.
A big whale?
Correct. Third question. What lessons did you learn from the story? Addie.
Jonah the big fish?
No. Rodent.
Obey God.
Correct. What is the second lesson you learned from the story? Ashish.
That Jesus will always give you a second chance.
Correct. Thank you everyone for listening to the story. And I also have a verse to tell you. And everybody should repeat after me. Then Jonah prayed unto God, his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by the reason of my pain unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly. He held, cried, and I too hardened my voice. Jonah chapter 2, 1 verse 1 to 2.
Jonah chapter 2, verse 1 and 2.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Happy. How many of you guys